Hello everybody, it's been maybe a week or two since I've done a video. I had purchased a collection semi-locally. I live in Oklahoma. This person was selling it out of Texas. I met them about halfway. So I paid $500 for this collection. I've gone through and sorted everything. It seems like definitely for rares, special edition and indoor, maybe. Well, Premier. There's a decent amount of Premier, but special edition has the most rares by far and the most commons and uncommons. I was very happy with the commons and uncommons of indoor. There's a lot. Everything's in pretty decent shape. So I will go ahead and show you. So the cards were in a binder. The rares, there was a lot of unsorted rares also, but I don't know if you can see right there. You kind of see right there. So that's basically the binder bite. There weren't very many cards that had the binder bite, but there were a couple of mains. Nothing, I think like a Ben Kenobi, but there was a Ben Kenobi, a black border and a white border. I think it got the back of the white border a little bit harder. But I was overall very happy. But I'm just gonna kind of go through some of these cards, or actually I'm just gonna filter through all of the rares that I pulled. There's two Black Border Vaders. That was very nice. He had said that there was basically a full set from pretty much Premier to Special Edition, I believe. And that was mostly correct. Like there was, I think out of Premier, there was a Millennium Falcon and maybe a Han Solo missing. There's just a couple of cards missing from each set, but overall, but also there's two Black Border Darth Vaders, so I'm very happy with that. I've been sorting these. It's taken me a little bit to sort these, but also I live in Oklahoma, and right when everything started budding, like the trees and all the flowers and stuff started coming out. I don't know if other people have seen it on the news, but there's, actually I'm not even sure if they're still going. I assume they are. Some really bad fires in the Texas and Oklahoma panhandle and western Oklahoma. But all that smoke was coming through, and it kicked my butt on allergies. I still sound a little bit off, but the last couple of weeks has been pretty rough on my allergies. So I'm gonna get up. I've got these sorted by set and then by side. This was a little bit unfortunate. The C3PO got binder bite fairly bad. I think you might be able to see that. But I'm very happy with the set. And the guy was very nice. He said if there's cards missing that he would find them, and so there was a Han Solo, and send them to me. But so this is like kind of one of the blue Luke Skywalkers. The Obi-Wan's got a little bit of rash right there, but anyways, yeah, the guy said he would send me cards, and it's very nice of him, but I think I got a good deal on him, and so I'm very appreciative. I don't want to have him send me some stuff. But Premiere is probably my favorite, mostly just because that's what I played with when I was a kid. And as I've been learning how to play again, I've kind of just gravitated towards Premier and A New Hope, and then some Hoth. Just kind of starting when the rules were a little bit more basic. Group of us got together and went and played Star Wars CCG a few weeks ago, and that was one of my first full games I'd played in 20 plus years. Oops. Make sure I can be able to hold that whole stack. So. There are some common, or I guess uncommons in here. Usable. I usually try to put the usable uncommons with the rares. Not only just for selling or trade, but I do mostly messing with the Premier through Hoth format. I still alter some senses are fairly usable in that format. These, I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of hard to get these to sit still. These new sleeves. I was very pleased. There's a lot of AT-AT cannons. I do wish it'd be nice to have like 6 or 8 copies of Trample that I found, but I'll take one. I think Trample may be one that I really don't have a ton of copies of. Like I have some sets of Hoth, but I'm not sure. I just have a bunch of loose Tramples. I am kind of speculating off of going through these cards on this person was probably fairly active in playing up to maybe about Special Edition. The cards were a little bit more sorted through, I guess, Jabba's Palace. And then the sorting, like I would find rares in the bulk, and it wasn't really sorted, so it is kind of interesting. Like I didn't find very many. I found some revised Dagobah stuff and rares, but I only found commons and uncommons, like maybe 10 total cards, but there was 6 or 7 rares. Try to make this a little bit quicker. Gotta use a little table to record on, so I've got to go to another table to get them. The cards overall were in pretty good condition. Other than binder issues, they were mostly in pretty good condition. So obviously the earlier cards, some of them had some play on them. because I do remember as a kid thinking, well, I can either buy 100 sleeves or, and I'm not sure, I don't know, sleeves weren't on my mind back then. But buy either 100 sleeves or buy 2 or 3 booster packs, and I was buying booster packs with my allowance. I don't remember how, but I remember collecting soda cans and then selling them and like saving up for the cans. I don't know, I guess it was just cans that my parents would drink, usually Diet Coke. But every 2, 3, or 4 months selling them and getting like $20. That would go straight to buying some cards of some sort. There's one of these double laser cannons. These thermal detonators. I think there's one of these thermal or double laser cannons that was hit pretty hard by the binder. I'm being kind of critical of binders, and then I do have a bunch of stuff in binders still. Tantel Screech. He was always one of my favorite characters. I don't know why. So these are huge stacks. There's probably, I need to count them. I think there may be 300 or 400 special edition rares. And kind of what I was saying before is I can tell he was playing more before special edition and I guess Jabba's Palace. There weren't a whole lot of duplicates of some of the stuff, and then special edition, there's a lot of duplicates. Excuse me. A lot of bantha herds. think kind of going back to Tamtel Screech, I played a game called Star Wars Galaxy when it first came out. And it wasn't a friend, it was, what was it? There was I played, there's a lot of Coruscants. There was I didn't know him myself, but my brother started playing also. But then somebody he knew, one of his buddies, started playing it, and then I kind of became friendly with him in the game. And I was going up weaponsmith, the weaponsmith tree, and he started becoming a armorsmith. And I was supplying him with resources and stuff, and he was kind of grinding out and making me armor. And I don't remember what it was called then. It's kind of sad. I remember one of the first sets I got was basically the set of armor that Tamtel Screech or Lando wore as Tamtel Screech, and then my favorite armor, which it was terrible in the game, especially that early on, but I was like one of the first people to have a full set of, it was called Ubies, and that's what Leia wore as Boosh. And it just looked awesome. And I just remember running around in that game with that full set of Ubies, looking like a badass. But then I would tire her out, or resources, like I think it was the heavier and less efficient armor you wore, the quicker your, used to be called HAM, Health Action Mind, wore out. So then I'd switch to a different set of armor. Hope it doesn't look like I'm going too fast, but there's a lot of cards, so I'm trying not to make it super long. I started sorting cards from later sets first. Like when I sort them, I put them all by sets, and then dark side, light side, and then card type, and then alphabetize them, like even the commons and uncommons. And by the time I got to Premiere, which I know the Premiere rares well enough, I was really exhausted of going through cards, and I kind of just skimmed through them for rares. I'm sure there were some that I missed. What was wild, I've sorted a lot of cards in the last year. And Special Edition is one that, for some reason, when I buy a lot of cards, a collection of cards, the Special Edition, like all the fixed cards, there'd just be tons and tons of them. And what was funny with this collection was I think there were only 4 fixed cards. So like 4 of each fixed card, which I don't know if that means, I don't know how many fixed cards came in the starter set. So this is kind of funny too. You got that Home One and Admiral Akbar. That's the only Death Star 2 cards. And these are the foils. This General Solo, unfortunately, you can see a little bit of binder bite right there, but it's also kind of bent up from the binder. Still a nice foil, but I think it was the only one that got hit pretty hard that was a foil. 3PO seems to be pretty nice. The 3PO's one's actually very clean. I have never graded one of the indoor foils. You can see this Boba Fett. It is rough. It's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost, but still a very, very playable card. I may put some heavy books on it. See if I can flatten it out a little bit more. The Stormtrooper Cadet got hit pretty hard right in the middle. I do enjoy going through cards, but one of the interesting things is you can kind of, I don't know, you can just kind of see the progression of things from people. Like where everything is very, very, very sorted and organized, and then it kind of falls off. So like these, I don't remember, was it Boba Fett and Slave One, and some of the, basically I could tell he bought 2 Cloud City or Enhanced Cloud City packs, and then had the 3 cards, and then all the commons and uncommons below them, and the rares were still in them too. But you can kind of tell when people just started buying them and collecting them, and not really having time to organize them. But anyways, that is the whole set. There are, I don't know, maybe 8,000 total commons and uncommons. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe, I'll just say 8,000. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. And next time I buy a collection, I'll do the same thing and go through it.